let's actually lay back on our back. It's one of those kind of days. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And just start to become aware of that inner body sensation. Maybe you can feel your heart beating inside of your belly, as well as with that left hand on the heart. See if you can feel that, the heart beating in both hands and all throughout the body. See if you can just kind of let everything else fall away. Just imagining that this is really you, this inner sensation. The rest is the you have created, the ego is created. See if you can just let that all go for now. Not because it's bad, just to see how it feels, just to come into that place where you exist eternally, unchangeably. And notice how you can just choose to go deeper than the mind, to this place of peace, where there is no conflict. Doing this allows our nervous system a little break, a little reset. We're constantly thinking and creating conflicts with our thoughts. It takes a real toll on us physiologically. We're in some degree of fight or flight at all times, and our reptilian brain doesn't know the difference between a real threat, like need to run for your life, need blood shot to the feet in case I need to run, and a made-up threat of this girl at the office that doesn't like you. So it's only when we can go beyond the mind that our nervous system can truly relax, because even when we're sleeping, there's a lot going on in there and it's not always relaxing. But when we can consciously choose to go deeper than the mind and visit this place of peace, this place of truth, your immune system can actually do its job. All of your systems can function properly. Your body can discern between the nutrients and waste instead of just holding on to the things that will be readily available in case you need to run for your life. See if you can really slow the breath down and commit to staying in this connection with your inner self for the next hour. Your mind will come in and try to convince you otherwise over and over and over. But just use every single breath as a new chance to come back to that inner body sensation. That inhale symbolizing that journey going inward. So follow that inhale down into the heart, down into the belly, and then be there. And if you lose it before you exhale, no problem. Just that inhale brings you right back, making that choice. With every moment we have the choice. Call it heaven and hell, call it what you will. It's a choice. I think sometimes we think we can just make it once and then it should all fall into line, but I think it's every single moment we have that choice. And it seems like a lot of vigilance to have to continue to make that choice every second. I find myself sometimes thinking like, can't I just stay there? But then I realize what I'm asking for is free will to be gone. And then I'm like, I don't know if I want that. So keeping this deep connection with your breath, start to hug your knees into your chest and just start to move however it feels good. Maybe you're rocking side to side across the spine. Maybe you're finding a happy baby. At any point, if you lose that connection with the inner body, just try closing your eyes. Maybe that'll help you come back. It's a lot easier to stay in that space with your eyes closed. But let's allow the yoga to be the practice of staying in that space with your eyes open. Since you won't have to think too much, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, see if you can keep that deep inner connection. Maybe your eyes look a little glossy or are barely open. Maybe you keep having to close them to come back to it. We're going to slowly start to rock forward and back. Maybe your toes come to touch the ground behind your head, and you rock all the way up to a seat a couple times. And when you're ready, we'll stay in that seat at the top. All right, now we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. We're going to grab our big toes with our peace sign fingers and just lift the feet 6 to 10 inches off the ground and try to find balance here. So you're kind of creating this little recliner situation. Your arms are supporting your back, but you have to stay really activated, lifting through the heart, engaging through the core. Now we'll slowly straighten the right leg. It doesn't have to straighten all the way out, but you will want to kick a lot through the heel to stay balanced. And then we'll switch. Stay with your breath. Stay with that inner body sensation. If you've lost it, use this inhale to go back. And if you're ready, we're going to straighten into both legs. Again, they don't have to be straight, but kick through the heels a lot to hold your balance here. See if you can use this exhale to soften through the traps, the shoulders, the eyes. Now, if you're feeling really daring, you can start to roll back onto your back, keeping a hold of your toes. Maybe toes touch the ground back there, and then try to come back up and balance if you can. Try it a couple times. It's kind of fun. You might feel some little readjustments in your spine happening. One more try. Okay, now bring the soles of the feet together and press them together. Notice how that creates space for the knees to drop a little more to start to open the hips. You can stay right here lifting through the heart and the crown, or you can start to fold forward, but you're still lifting, still lengthening through the spine. Using each exhale to release some of that tension we like to hold on to in our jaw, in our eyes, in our mind. See if you can go deeper than the thoughts here to that place of connectedness, that place of peace. Maybe even finding a little smile. Just feeling that start to soften your face and soften your body. Okay, use your hands to bring your knees back up together. We're going to come onto the hands and the knees. Start to really place your body mindfully. Okay, we're not just like we're throwing it into this. It's really mindful, even this. We're just spreading through the fingers and rooting down into them to protect the wrists. Actually, first let's stretch the wrists by turning the backs of the wrists forward. All right, this might already be enough. Just breathe here. See if you can still feel the heart beating. If you want a little more, you can just wiggle around a little bit. If you want even more, you can rock forward and back. One more exhale, let something go here. Feel that happen. And slowly turn your hands back around. Start to really press into the fingers and knuckles. See if you can invite more length into your spine as you shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. See if you can feel the belly drawing in enough to kind of draw the tailbone back a little bit, just to lengthen the spine. Inhale, peel the right hand up, let your gaze follow and twist open, trying to stack that right shoulder right on top of the left, opening the heart up towards the ceiling. One more breath, soften through the shoulders, and then bring the back of the right hand to the small of the back. Maybe even grabbing that left hip. Now roll the right shoulder back more. Use your exhale to soften more. Stay connected, stay present. Let something go. Slowly release that hand back down and peel the left hand up. Rooting to the fingers and knuckles, roll that left shoulder back, engage your core, find length, find softness, and then tuck that hand back there, maybe grabbing the right hip to peel that left shoulder back even more. Now you should have become aware of a little more tension in the trap. See if you can soften there on the exhale, letting it go. Slowly release the left hand back down. Now keep your hips stacked right over your knees and walk your hands forward into puppy pose. See if you can bring your forehead down to the ground. See how long you can make this breath last. Maybe you want to roll out the ankles while we're here. If you want a little more, come up onto tented fingertips, lifting those elbows and wrists up off the ground. One more chance to let something go. Slowly come back up onto the hands and the knees. Curl the toes under. Drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Inhale, look up and fill up. Exhale, round it out. Draw the belly button all the way up into the spine. Press into the hands. See how long you can hold on to this breath. One more little sip. Exhale, round it out. Even after you feel empty, draw the belly in and up one more time and empty just a little bit more. All right, deepest, slowest breath you've ever taken right here. The exhale, we're going to round up to kneeling. Let your head and arms stay heavy. Start rooting into the knees, untuck the toes, lift the heart, soften through the shoulders. Keep the shoulders softly drawing down the back as you inhale the arms up. Glue the palms together like you're one big fist. See if you can squeeze your head by straightening the arms and gluing the palms. Notice the shoulders trying to creep up and invite them to soften down the back. Drop your arms over to the right. Imagine you're rooting into both shins. They might not be touching, but just that energetic movement of pressing down into both will take some pressure off the knees. Let something go. Inhale, come back up, find a little more length. And exhale, drop it to the left. Keep softly drawing the shoulders down the back and rooting into both shins evenly. Inhale, come back up. Bring your hands to your low back. Maybe your fingers point up. Get the elbows a little closer together back there. Scoop the hips forward. Lift the heart. If you can, you're going to drop the head back into that space. If that's too much, keep the chin drawing in towards the chest, but keep dropping back. Inhale, slowly come up, bring your hips to your heels. It's like you're coming into child's pose for a second, and then slide out onto the belly, shoulders right over the hands. Untuck the toes, flatten all the way down. Hug your elbows in and reach them back. Press into the feet and lift the heart. Exhale, slowly lower back down. We'll do that 3 more times. Each inhale is going to lift you just a little bit higher. Draw the elbows in and back, press into the feet. Exhale, lower down. Now at the same time you're inhaling to fill up, see if you can also keep softening through the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Come up just a little bit higher. Take one more sip. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Deepest, slowest breath. Softening as you go. Creating a little more space here. Breathing into that space. Slowly lower down. Come back up to your hands and your knees. Get that really mindful tabletop by stacking everything in place. Inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Make it kind of dramatic. Nobody's watching. Exhale, round it out. Feel this fluid wave-like motion coming over the spine and follow that. One more breath. Deepest, slowest inhale. Hold on to it. Exhale, round it up to kneeling. Head and arms stay heavy. Chin untucks, heart lifts, shoulders draw down where they'll stay. Inhale, arms up. Arms straight, palms glued. Drop it over to the left. Root down into the shins. Keep your chin away from your chest a little bit, but still lengthening through the back of the neck. See where you can soften. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drop it to the right. Move those palms together. Try to straighten the arms. Use your exhale. Let something go. Come back up. Keep the heart lifted. Bring the hands to the low back. Wrap the elbows back there. Scoop the hips forward. Lift the heart. Maybe the head drops back this time. Stay with your breath. Inhale, slowly come up. Lower the hips to the heels. Bring the hands out in front like child's pose. Slide out onto the belly. Untuck the toes. Now walk the hands just outside of the mat and forward a couple inches. Stay up on those tented fingertips. Bring your forehead to rest. Keep your head really heavy as you press into the feet to peel the heart up. Head will come up last. You'll just look up, kind of roll the heart forward, and then you'll exhale slowly back down. So just by really taking our time, we're also resetting that nervous system. Instead of being in a hurry, being ready for the next move, the next breath, we're really savoring this breath. And it's kind of the opposite of being in a hurry. And your nervous system responds really well to this. One more time, deepest, slowest breath. Peel it up, look up, maybe reach up through the chin. Exhale, slowly lower down. Hands under shoulders, elbows hugging tight, curl the toes, lift the knees and quads up. Now bring a lot of weight into your hands and kind of keep your weight forward as you press up to plank. Find this nice long line of energy here. Pressing your hands a little more to lift that space between the shoulders a little more. Find your breath, find stillness here. Try not to wiggle your fingers, try not to wiggle your eyes. Come back to that inner body sensation. Maybe the heart starts to beat a little faster. If you can't connect with it, close your eyes, see if that helps. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot, peel your right hand up, stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. Reach the right arm up alongside the ear, lengthen the whole right side of your body, roll the heart up towards the ceiling just a touch. Come back to plank. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Press into your fingers and knuckles to protect that wrist. Lift the hips a little higher. Left arm up alongside the ear, lengthen and open the heart. Soften that shoulder away from the ear. Come back to plank. And now from the core, lift it up, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, and from there, sink the heels down as you melt the heart towards the knees and lengthen the spine. Maybe you need to pedal it out a little bit or sway the hips here before you're ready to stay in your first downward facing dog for 5 full breaths. All right, step your feet in just about a foot or maybe not even quite. And then reach your right hand back for the outside of your left ankle or left calf, whatever you can grab. Try not to let your whole structure tilt. Try to keep everything where it was. Head is heavy. Rooting to the fingers and knuckles a little more. Trying to press those sit bones up and back evenly. And don't forget to soften. Plant the right hand back down. Reach the left hand back. Grab what you can. Settle in here. Release the left hand back down. Now heel toe your feet forward to meet your hands. Firing up the core as you get close. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, half lift. Press your hands into your shins if it helps. To shine your heart forward and lengthen the spine. Maybe your hands slide down to your ankles as you fold and pull the head down. Maybe you're starting to straighten into the legs, but press down into the feet. Stay connected by staying with each breath as long as you can. 1 more breath, deepest, slowest breath. Find a little more length in the spine. Breathe into it. And then fold. Draw the belly in and up so you can fold just a little bit deeper. Press into the feet. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Straighten the legs, lift the heart, bring the hands together. Find a little backward bend. And then exhale your hands to your heart. Stay here. Inhale, lift your heart up into the hands, filling that whole heart space with this inhale. Use your exhale to soften the shoulders, the eyes, the jaw. Lower the hands down. Okay. Pick the left toes up, spread them out, and press them down, pressing that whole foot down really nice and evenly. And slowly pick the right knee up. Lift it up high enough that you can get all 10 fingers underneath that foot. So your whole wrist is underneath of there, so you can get all 10 fingers interlaced. All right, now, it's okay if your knee is bent for now. Eventually, you're gonna wanna lift that left quad up to protect the knee. But if it's easier to balance with that knee soft, that's okay. But feel this, feel the left foot and the right foot pressing down with equal pressure. Find that balance point. But then keep pressing through your left foot and see if you can make the right foot get light in your hand by engaging the core. And if you can, and you want to kick out, slowly kick out through the right heel, drawing the toes back towards the face. See where you can lengthen on the inhale, maybe through the spine, the back of the neck, the back of that leg. See where you can soften on the exhale, the traps, the shoulders, the eyes, the jaw. Hold on to this breath. Keep kicking as hard as you can. If your leg's straight and you want more, you can start to bend at the elbows and lower your body down to meet that leg. Maybe tucking the chin to the chest, touching the forehead on the leg. You're still pressing into both feet equally and engaging both quads equally to balance. Slowly come up. Set that foot down. Spread your feet as wide as the mat. Turn your toes out just a little bit. Bring your hands to your low back. Put a deep bend in the knees. Scoop the hips forward. Drop it back. Or you can keep the chin drawing in towards the chest if that's better for your neck. Inhale, come up. Step your feet together. Right toes lift up, spread them out. Press that foot down nice and evenly. Slowly lift the left knee up. Get the wrist under there, all 10 fingers interlaced. Then find that balance, both feet pressing evenly. And then see if you can engage the core to get that foot light. And if so, maybe you kick through the heel. You'll kick as hard as you can, even if you're not straightening into that leg. That'll be your balance point. Now feel the left foot pressing forward with the same pressure the right foot's pressing down. See if you can feel the quads engaging evenly too. Right quad's lifting off the knee, left quad's pressing down. Maybe you bend at the elbows and start to fold your body down, but you keep kicking as hard as you can or you'll lose it. Slowly come back up. Lower that foot. Step the feet as wide as the mat. Toes out. Hands to low back. Deep bend in the knees. Scoop it forward. Drop it back. Let something go. Inhale, slowly come back up. Now bring your big toes together to touch. And pick up all your toes. Spread them out. Press those feet down. And now lift the quads up off the knees. We're not pressing them back and locking them. We're lifting them up to engage them. And now imagine your feet pressing down into the mat. And then like you're trying to spread them away from each other. And see how that fires up this internal rotation of the thighs, like they're turning in towards each other. And then sink into the heels. So your knees don't move. They stay stacked right over the ankles. It's just your booty that lowers behind you. So you can still see your whole feet here because your knees aren't popping out in front. See if you can sit down just a little lower. And then reach your arms forward. Draw the shoulders back into the sockets. And then reach your arms up. Maybe your hands come together. Maybe you can gaze up at the thumbs. Sink into your heels just a little bit more, but keep your toes grounded, just light. See if you can draw your upper body back just a little bit more. See if you can use this last inhale to find some length. Hold on to it. See if you can use this last exhale to let something go. Press into the feet, stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Keep your shoulders softly drawing down. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Squeeze the palms, lift up. Exhale, swan dive. Press into the feet. Lengthen forward all the way. Belly in and up so you can fold a little deeper and empty every last drop. Inhale, lift up halfway, but fill up all the way. Hold on to it. We're not in a hurry. Plant the hands, walk or hop it back, chaturanga, or just knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Really mindfully press into the fingers and knuckles. Keep these long, nice lines with the body. And use every single exhale as a chance to let something go. Meeting back in downward facing dog, bend the knees and then sink into the heels from there as the heart melts towards the knees and the traps soften away from the ears. 5 full breaths here. Now slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, grab your elbows behind them. Pull your face into your legs. Soften shoulders out of the ears. Pull the belly out of the way. And pull your head down towards the feet a little more. Press into the feet. Maybe start to lift the sit bones up and back to straighten into the legs. Press into the feet. See if you can do that little spreading of the feet too. Really firing things up here. Release your arms. Bend your knees a lot. Tuck your chin to your chest. Exhale, slowly roll up. Arms and head stay heavy. Press into the feet, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. See if you can feel them continually softening down the back as you inhale, the arms up. Interlace your fingers, release your index finger. Biceps with the ears, chin away from the chest, squeeze the head, glue the palms. Step the right foot forward, just a small step, and slowly come down until everything's parallel to the ground. Now right off the bat, be as long as you can from the big toe to the fingers. It'll help with balance. And then level the hips out. It's gonna feel like you're lifting the right hip and lowering the left hip. See if you can get that torso and that left leg parallel to the ground. See if you can straighten the arms to squeeze the head and glue the palms, reaching forward, reaching back. Slowly plant the left fingertips in front of the right toes and peel the right hand up. See if you can get the torso and that back leg parallel to the ground. Try flexing that back foot, pressing back through the heel, and see if you can feel that balance of the left foot pressing back with the same amount that the right foot's pressing down. See if you can roll that right shoulder back one more time to open the heart just a little bit towards the ceiling. Lower the right hand, lower the left foot a couple feet behind the right, kick those toes out to 45, like pyramid pose. Shift your weight back. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly come on up. And check that both hips are facing forward. We're trying to keep the legs straight by lifting the quads up off the knees, not pressing them back to lock them. Let's try to bring the hands into prayer behind your back. If that doesn't work, just press your fists together as high as you can get them up the back. All right, press into the feet and imagine this hinge right at your hips as you lengthen forward. Pull the belly out of the way so you can bring your body all the way down to meet the leg. If there's a little bend in your knee, that's okay. Start to press into the right foot a little bit more to help lift that right hip up and back. Maybe you can tuck the chin to the chest and touch that forehead to the knee. See where you can soften on the exhale. See if even here you can stay connected to that inner body. Staying really present, really soft. Let something go here. Lower the hands back down. Step the left foot forward. Drop weight into your heels. Reach your arms forward. Draw the shoulders back. Reach the arms up. Sink into the heels a little. Draw the upper body back a little. Use your inhale to lengthen. Make it last a little longer. Use your exhale to soften. Make it last just as long. Press into the feet. Stand up. Find a little deeper backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Press down into the feet. Inhale, arms up. Shoulders softening down. Interlace fingers. Release index. Glue palms. Squeeze head. Shoulders down. Slowly step the left foot forward. Come down. Everything parallel to the ground. As long as you can right away. Level the hips out. Squeeze the head. Glue the palms. Find your breath. Use your inhale to find a little more length. Use your exhale to soften into that space you just created. Right fingertips float down, left hand peels up. Flex that back foot. Keep that back leg parallel to the ground, just like the torso. Maybe you can start to gaze up at the left hand as you roll that left shoulder back more, trying to stack the shoulders. Slowly lower the right foot a couple feet behind. Lower the left hand, like pyramid pose. Rock your weight back. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, hands to hips, slowly come up. Set up your pyramid, so right toes keep down at 45, both hips forward. Hands in prayer back there or fists together. Start pressing into the feet and really mindfully hinging at the hips, lengthening through the crown, leading with the heart. Belly draws in and up so you can fold a little deeper, tuck the chin, maybe forehead touches the leg. Press into the left foot a little more to lift the left hip up and back to keep your hips the same height from the side. Make sure your belly's in out of the way. Use this exhale to soften through the traps, the wrists, the forearms, wherever you feel tension. Slowly lower your hands down, step your right foot forward, drop into your heels, reach the arms forward, draw the shoulders back, reach the arms up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Sink in a little more. Draw your upper body back a little more. Stay with this breath. All right, now sweep your right arm underneath your left. See if you can get your palms to touch, and then draw your elbows out and up. Soften the shoulders down. It's a little harder to soften there now. Use your exhale, use your awareness. Now sit a little lower in the chair and lift your right leg up high as you can and wrap it around. Maybe your toes wrap all the way around there. All right, if you're having a hard time balancing, just keep softening more into that standing ankle and standing knee. Draw those elbows and knees into that center line. Pull the belly in. Draw the upper body back. See if even when things are tough or even you're balancing, you can come to that inner body sensation. Slowly come up. Lift the right knee high. Reach the hands up high. Cartwheel the hands down. Shoot that leg up high like standing splits. And now slowly hop the left foot back to three-legged dog. Point the right knee up at the ceiling and twist open, stacking the hips, but keeping the chest square to the mat, keeping the head heavy. Sink into the left heel and roll open one more time. And slowly come back downward facing dog. Bend the knees as you sink into the heels and melt the heart towards the knees. Soften the traps out of the ears, press into the fingers and the knuckles. 5 breaths here. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees, and walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, press into the feet, be big, find a backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Knees don't move. Booty lowers back enough to sweep the floor. Reach the arms forward. Draw the shoulders back. Reach the arms up. Sink in. All right, sweep the left arm under the right. See if your palms will touch. Elbows out and up, shoulders soften down the back, lengthen through the back of the neck. Sit a little lower, lift that left leg now, high as you can, up and over. Try to wrap the toes around maybe. And then sink in, drawing everything into that center line. Belly in. Keep your gaze steady, try not to fidget. If you're having a hard time balancing, just try to soften instead of trying to control it. Press into the right foot, slowly come up. Left knee lifts high, hands reach up high. Cartwheel hands down, shoot that leg up high, and then hop it back like three-legged dog. Point the left knee up, twist open, head stays heavy, breath stays deep. Sink into the right heel and twist. And come back downward facing dog. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers. Press down into the feet. Press the heart forward, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders back. One more sip. Belly in and up out of the way as you pull the head down, finding more length in your spine and the back of your neck. Finding more softness through the shoulders, creating space there. One more breath, one more chance to let something go. And release, bend your knees, let your head and arms be heavy, press into the feet, come all the way up. Lift the heart, roll the shoulders back, let them continue softening down as you inhale the arms up. Interlace fingers, release index, glute palms, biceps back with the ears. Step the right foot forward and come down, be as long as you can right off the bat. And as soon as you get everything parallel, level those hips out. Find your breath. Plant the left fingertips down, roll the right fingertips up. Flex that back foot now and roll open. See if you can get everything parallel to the ground here. Keep that back leg super activated. Pressing back through the left foot just as much as the right foot's pressing down. And now lower the left foot behind the right a couple feet for a revolved triangle. Maybe wiggling that left hand back a little, or maybe you need to come up onto a block with it. Now roll that right hand back. See if you can get the torso parallel to the ground. See if you can lift the quads up off the knees to start to straighten into the legs. See if you can inhale a little more length into your spine and the back of your neck, maybe starting to gaze up at the right hand. Now see where you can soften on the exhale, hold on to it. And notice that just by choosing to stay with this breath a little longer, you're choosing to savor this moment and be present. Instead of just kind of losing interest or losing focus and letting the breath get shallow and wanting to be done with this pose, you're fully committed to being right here and allowing this yoga to move through you, allowing it to help you let go of this tension we hold on to. Lower the right hand down. Step the left foot forward. Sink into the heels. Reach the arms forward. Draw the shoulders back. Inhale, arms up. Press into the feet. Stand up. Little backward bend. Maybe a little deeper now. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Interlace fingers. Release index. Glute palms. Biceps back. Left foot forward. Come on down. Be long, be long, be long. Once you get there, level the hips. Find your breath. Plant the right fingertips. Peel the left hand up. Flex that back foot if that feels all right. If you'd rather point, you can. Just keep that back leg really activated. It'll help with balance. Roll that left shoulder back a little more. Commit to being right here. Just by staying with this breath a little bit longer. Lower the right foot a couple feet behind like revolved triangle. Readjust the right hand if you need to, and then gaze at the left hand as you roll the left shoulder back. See if you can get that torso a little higher to be parallel to the ground. Belly in out of the way. Roll that left shoulder back. Inhale, where can you lengthen? Exhale, where can you soften? Slowly lower the left hand, step the right foot forward, sink into the heels, reach the arms forward, shoulders back where they stay as you inhale to reach up. All right, now, bring your hands to your heart and turn and twist to the right. Hook the elbow outside the knee. Now use that leverage, twist the heart towards the thumbs, maybe placing them right on the center of the chest. Sink into the heels a little bit, lower the booty a little bit, pull the belly in. Now open the arms up. All right, maybe you can gaze up at the right hand as you roll that right shoulder back. Bend into the knees a little more. Slide that left hand under the right foot. Press into the left foot. See if you can come to standing, bringing that foot up with you, and then kick through the heel. Hard as you can, it'll help with balance. Maybe you can gaze back over the right hand. Feel that balance between your feet and your quads. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Now we're going to come back to center and cross that right ankle on top of the left knee. And bring the hands to the heart and sit into the chair, creating this figure four here. Trying to soften into it more to lower the right knee a little more. Now you have options here. You can stay right here, just drawing the upper body back. Trying to stack shoulders over hips. You can hinge at the hips and bring your fingers towards the ground. Or you can turn and twist to the left, hooking that elbow on the bottom of the foot for a little massage. Stay with this breath. Slowly come back up, release that foot down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, stay here. Inhale, lift your heart up into the hands, savor this breath. Exhale, release the hands down. Don't move the knees, just lower the booty enough to sweep the floor. Arms reach forward, shoulders drop back, arms lift up. Bring your hands to your heart. Sink in a little more, turn and twist to the left. Use that leverage, twist the heart towards the thumbs. Let something go through the traps. The eyes, the jaw. Open the arms up, maybe gaze up the left hand. Roll that left shoulder back. Bend into the knees more so you can slide that right hand right under the left foot. Press into the right foot, slowly come up. Kick through the left heel as hard as you can. Find your breath. Gazing back at that left hand. Slowly release that left foot onto the right knee. Find that figure four. Bring the hands to the heart. Sink in. Now you have options. Stay right here, drawing the upper body back more. Turn and twist to the right. Or hinge at the hips and bring the fingers towards the ground. Keep softening that standing ankle and standing knee. Let something go. Slowly come back up, release that foot down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, hands down by your sides. Press into the feet. Inhale, arms up. Savor this breath. Hinge at the hips. Opposite of a hurry as we take this whole exhale to come all the way down. Drawing the belly in and up out of the way so you can fold a little deeper. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Leaning back in downward facing dog. All right, inhale, lift that right foot up high, come up with tippy toes. Exhale, draw your right knee to your right armpit. Try to keep your shoulders stacked over the wrists, the back of the neck long. Press into the fingers and knuckles a little more. And then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Now we're gonna start to lower the elbows down towards the ground. Maybe you lower that left knee down too, up to you. Let your head become heavy. Let your breath stay deep and slow. Lower the left knee to the ground if it's lifted. Turn the right toes out to that top front corner of the mat. And roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Let the right knee fall open. Maybe you even help it open with the right hand. Stay right here if you like, or come up onto the left hand and reach the right hand back for that foot behind you. Maybe you can grab the pinky toe side. Press into that hand, lift up through the heart, and create some resistance here as you pull the foot in and kick into your hand at the same time. Breathe into that left hip flexor. See how slowly you can float those left toes back down to the ground. Curl them under, lift the left knee, step the left foot outside the left hand like deep yogic squat. All right, we're gonna try a tricky little move here. All right, see if you can reach around for a bind. So reach your right hand, palm facing back, thumb facing down. Left hand reaches around. And you might have to kind of lift your booty or lift one of your heels to get a hold here, but see if you can get a hold. And then we're going to walk the feet a little closer together, whichever foot you can move, wiggle them in closer. We're gonna try to come up to standing, bringing that right leg with us. Feels like it's gonna be really hard today. So press into the left foot. You might have to make a kind of quick movement to start your way up. Press into the left foot, soften through the shoulders, find your breath, let something go. From here, maybe you can come back into that deep yogic squat. Bringing your hands to the heart, pressing the knees open. Bring the hands to the ground, lift the hips like forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, hold on to it, lengthen out. Exhale, chaturanga. So on one exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop it back and lower your body. Let that inhale lift you up and fill you up like upward facing dog. Exhale from the core, lift up, downward facing dog. Then let that inhale lift your left foot up high, come up on the toes. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. So you're basically in plank with the arms, back of the neck's long, core's engaged, fingers and knuckles rooting down so much. Step outside that left hand and start to lower down to the elbows. Maybe you lower that right knee down. Your head is heavy and your breath is deep. This breath, the invitation to go back inside, to let everything in the exterior world fall away just for a little bit, just to reset the nervous system, just to come back to that place of peace, that place of truth, where there is no conflict. Lower the right knee, turn those left toes out a little, roll to the outside edge of that foot, and let the knee fall open. Maybe left hand wants to help. Stay right here or come up onto the right hand and reach your left hand back for that foot, pinky toe side if you can. Kick into that hand, pull that foot in a little closer. Create that resistance, almost like a slingshot sensation. Like if you let go, it would fling back. We won't let that happen, but feel that little bit of resistance. Use your exhale to soften and let go. See how slowly you can float the toes down, curl them under. Step it outside, deep yogic squat. Sink in, and then maybe you try the bind on the other side. If that's not working for you, just bring your hands to your heart and keep prying your knees open to open the hips. If you're gonna try it, left palm facing back, thumb facing down, right hand reaches around. Maybe you need to move around a little. Don't worry about how it looks as you try to get into it. And then try to step your feet a little closer together. Root down into the right foot. See if you can come to standing, bringing the left leg with you. Whew. Find your breath. Keep your gaze steady and soft. Soften through the traps, the eyes, the shoulders. Maybe you slowly come back to that deep yogic squat. Bringing the hands to the heart, pushing the knees open. Maybe you find an arm balance for a second and hop it back into chaturanga. Maybe you just step it back to plank and lower knees, chest, chin. And we'll meet back in our last downward facing dog. Oh, that might not be true. There might be one more. All right, inhale, lift the right foot high, come up on the toes. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, half pigeon pose. Now, after you kick those left toes back a little and lower the left knee down, maybe you want to drag your right foot up a little closer to the top of the mat. If so, make sure to keep that foot flexed. All right, and then we'll lift up through the heart, bringing the hands back by the hips, lengthen through the spine. Keep that length as you walk the hands forward. Imagine you're tiptoeing out to the edge of the cliff to peek over it, to keep all that length in your spine, and then lower down to where the forehead can rest. So if your forehead won't come all the way to the ground, stack your arms, make a little pillow, and get the center of your forehead resting on something. And bring all of your awareness to that spot. Imagine if you could just soften and inhale right into the center of your forehead. You could let all that tension in the hip go. Feel the interconnectedness through the body, coming back to that inner body sensation. Holding on to your breath. Staying deeper than the thoughts. We'll let the yoga do its magic. Because the thoughts will come in and try to tell you need to hold on to this tension. You need to control everything. And if you don't have that tension in your hip, you might fall apart. See if you can just stay beyond the thoughts with the breath. And let this wisdom of this yoga practice help you to dissolve some of this tension we hold on to. One more chance to let something go. Don't miss it. And then come up onto the hands. Roll to the outside edge of the right hip and sweep the left foot up and around flat on the ground. Try to lower that left sit bone down. Maybe that right foot needs to be pushed out of the way a little bit. All right, turn and twist to the left. Plant the fingertips at the base of the spine. Use them to lengthen. Reach the right hand up, 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 and then turn and twist. Hook that elbow. Now use leverage. Peel that left shoulder back more. Gaze out over it. Press down into the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Hold on to this breath. Exhale, soften through the neck, the shoulders, the eyes, and then twist a little deeper. Empty all the air, and then you'll find a little more space to twist. 2 more breaths just like that. Hold on to them. Slowly, gently come back through center. Finding a little counter twist on the right. And then come back up. All right, we're just gonna cross the ankles, plant the hands. Maybe you hop it back like chaturanga. Maybe you just slowly step back. Maybe you skip the vinyasa and just come right back to your last downward facing dog. Let that inhale, lift the left foot high, come up on the toes. Exhale, left knee, left wrist. Right toe slide back, right knee lowers down. Maybe drag that foot up a little closer to the top edge. Try to level the hips out as you lengthen through the spine and come on down. Don't waste any time, get right into it here. Center of the forehead resting. Inhale into that space. Right into that tension in the hip. See if you can notice when you're in the mind, then you have to use all this focus. You have to inhale into that tension and exhale, decide to let it go. But when you're beyond the thoughts and you're just present with that inner body, that'll just happen. You don't have to continually try to let go. It'll just happen because we're not in the mind, and the mind is what holds on to all of the tension. See if you can feel that difference. And it's fine if you're in the mind, just you have to use that focus and that diligence, using every single breath to make something happen. But if you go deeper than the thoughts, you can just allow it to happen. One more chance to let something go, don't miss it. And then slowly come back up, roll to the outside edge of the left hip, sweep the right foot up and around the flat, lower the right glute, turn and twist to the right, plant the fingertips, lengthen the spine, inhale, arm reaches up, elbow hooks for leverage. Now we really use that to peel the right shoulder back, gaze gently follows, chin stays parallel to the ground. Inhale, find more length. Exhale, find more softness, twist a little deeper. So find a place eventually where this feels like a moving meditation, where you don't even have to try so hard to stay with each breath. It just starts to happen. You start to find yourself in this flow state. So it's practice for trying to stay in that flow state outside of yoga. That's the real yoga. Turn and twist through center, over, find a counter twist on the left. And then come back up. See how much time we got. Okay. We're gonna bring both feet flat on the ground. And reach the hands forward. And we're gonna, as we slowly roll back onto the back, we're gonna come right back into plow. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground back there. Stay with your breath. Don't let it be restricted, even though it's kind of crunchy. Reach your hands towards the front of the room. Slowly lower each vertebrae down. And then we're going to come into a happy baby. Bend the knees, grab the outside edges of the feet. Move around however you like, maybe rocking side to side. Try to keep your lower vertebrae and booty down on the mat. Now maybe you grab the big toes with the peace sign fingers and straighten the legs out wide to the side. Maybe you want to try to roll up and find that balance like we did in the beginning, and roll it back a couple more times. See if you can bring the toes all the way to touch the ground behind you. See if you can feel the spine readjusting a little bit here. Next time you come up, stay up, and then bring the soles of the feet together, press them together to lower the knees down more, to open the hips. Feel that. Lift through the heart, stay right here, start to hinge a little bit, bending at the elbows. Don't miss these last couple breaths we get to take here together today. Really savor them. And if you're in the mind, then use this breath. Take it right to the tension. Use the exhale to decide to let it go. But notice how if you're down a little bit deeper than the thoughts, this will just happen. Just allow it. Slowly come back up. Use the hands to press the knees towards each other. Reach the hands forward and slowly roll back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Hug your forehead in to touch your knees. Squeeze everything into the tightest little ball and then just a little bit tighter. Tense up all the muscles in your face and your jaw and your arms. And then release. Bring everything down to the ground. Let your legs go long. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Tuck the chin just a little bit. Let your toes fall open. Come back to that sensation of the inner body. See if you can feel your heart beating in both hands. If you can't feel it in the belly, on that exhale, after you empty every last drop of air, you'll feel it there. Now for just a couple more minutes, go deeper than those thoughts. Instead of trying to let go anymore, just allow it to happen. Imagine this sacred wisdom of yoga moving through your body now, putting things in alignment. Feel this just happening as your shoulders soften and you let go just a little bit more than you ever have. Having faith that you can let go and the world won't fall apart. Invite a deep, deep breath to come and fill you all the way up, all the way down to your toes and your fingertips. See how long you can make it last. As you exhale, start to bring just the littlest bit of movement into your fingertips and your toes, and just feel that sensation of having a body coming back. And see if along with it you can feel this gratitude. Sometimes it feels like having this body being here is this like heavy burden. See if right now you can just feel it as this really amazing, unique opportunity that doesn't last long at all. And see if you can start to associate that sensation of movement, that sensation of having a body, with this feeling of gratitude and lightness. When you're ready, roll onto either side. And take a moment here. See if you can commit to staying in this place a little bit longer today. Staying beyond the thoughts, staying with the breath. Maybe commit to every time you lose that, just coming back to that inner body sensation, even closing the eyes if you need to, if you can at the time. Maybe today's the day you can make it your priority to stay in this place. Maybe it's more important than some of the other things you need to get done today. And maybe eventually you'll learn to be able to do all those things from this place. Instead of looking at yoga as just kind of an escape from the mind, we're starting to use it to balance the mind and go a little deeper in the mind. All right, when you're ready, slowly drag yourself back up. Let your head be heavy till you come all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart and inhale your heart up into your hands. Fill all the way up one last time. Soften, 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 empty out. All that good energy we created during class. Bring your hands up overhead as you feel that energy gathering. Bring those hands together. Lift everything up one more time. Feel that energy between your palms. Bring all that good energy down. Dump it right into your third eye here for good, pure intentions. No, thoughts. Good, pure thoughts. Down to the lips for good, pure communication. And down to the heart for good, pure intentions. Let your head bow to the wisdom of the heart to seal this practice. Imagine what that is that mind checking in with that inner body, that place of peace and truth. Bring the thumbs up to that space above the eyebrows and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste.
Thanks for the gifts. It's very nice. Very nice kisses for Namaste. I like that.
Thank you very much for being here, Alejandra. I appreciate it. Have a beautiful day.